Hi, it's Ben from HnO Paris, France, and today I want to talk about the past life regression techniques. It's only an introduction, like I did with the regression, and I want to talk about this subject because it's a very interesting symbolic techniques for every hypnotherapist. I know in USA you have the great works about Dolores Cannon, and she works a lot in spiritual hypnosis. And I think it's important to hypnotherapists to work with spiritual hypnosis, not only for the techniques, but to understand the different symbolics that can give the idea to have a past life regression or the connection between life and a different symbol that we can work with our partner to give them some resource and opportunities to change their belief and their way of thinking in their actual situation. In fact, for me, I don't care if it's real or not, if we have some another life or not, and for me it's not important because we have a great possibilities to work with past life regression. The idea of these techniques is to go in the past and give the opportunities to our partners to have memories or creation about memories about past life. The idea is like the Buddhism spirituality is we have some reincarnation in every life and we learn some ideas, some concepts, we make some experience in different life, and we just take some new abilities to go in the future life and be better man in our all aspects. It's the evolution of our soul, and our soul will be more integrated in the big way of universe. And it's interesting to take the idea like a symbolic one, because a lot of people can't take some step back from their actual problem. And even if they work in psychology or they did some regression in hypnosis, they say, okay, but I'm sure there are something else in my life that can block me in my everyday life. And when we give the idea, or when they have their own idea about the spiritual hypnosis and say, okay, perhaps it's one thing I did during my past life who makes me actually in this situation, it gives a big opportunities to create and reframe their own belief about what happened and how they can observe their actual problem with a different way of thinking, because in the past life there are no limits. We can work on everything, we can change everything, we can work on submodalities about everything, the birth on the death. We can change every part of his past life because it's only some memories, and we know that the memories isn't real. Not because past life regression is not real. It's only because memory is never real, even in our life. It's only one thing we take, we picture, and after we put some emotion, we put some ID and some different fake memories in these memories to create a story. And it's easy to understand that if you remember a good thing that happened yesterday, and in 1 year I will ask you what happened this day, you would change the reality because your experience, your life will give you new feedbacks, and you will have new experience, and you will change your past. And everybody do that. So it's interesting to work with that, with the past life memories, because it's only a big symbol which we can use a lot and change and reframe and increase or decrease about emotion and so on. And it will be a big resource to work for create a new solution in his actual life. So for me, I use the past life regression like a symbolic work, and I work in these techniques because I think for a lot of people it's a way to do 1 or 2 or 3 steps back for the problem they have actually, and say, okay, right now you can have another word and another perception of something, and perhaps the problem you have today about violence, you will understand that in symbolic way with past life. You were violent, so now you live violence. Okay, you will change the past life violence and give some resource and make some peace with our last personality, and it will be a great feedback for our actual problem, and the point of view will change because we change symbolic way of thinking. And remember, it could be only the way of talking of your subconscious mind. So if your subconscious mind wants to say, okay, I can't work and be okay with violence in this map, my actual life, but I can accept that in other map, past life, the violence was like that, and I can change that or accept that. I know that the way of thinking about the symbol of violence will change in my own perception in my actual day. So for me, to work with past life regression is to work with symbolic tools, and it's one of the most powerful tools, because even if you don't believe about past life or between life or a different soul and a lot of esoteric way of thinking, it doesn't care, because you will always say, okay, it's cool, it's a symbolic of his subconscious mind about his actual problem, and it will be interesting to see the story, the metaphor that he will create during this past life to give an answer about what is and how we can deal with the problem in his actual life. So it's another road that we will take to find solution to our partner, and it will be an interesting way, because at this moment we have all opportunities to change everything in this past life, and in our actual life we can't change memories. We can give another point of view about the memories, but we can't say if you live some violence, you can say, oh no, it never happened. Just imagine your father who strike you, don't strike you. No, it's not reality. And people will say, no, in reality, I know my father struck me. But if you do that in past life regression, you can say, oh, at this moment, I will fight with this guy and say, stop, right now, go back and choose another way of talking with these people and not fighting with them. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you have a new way. You will see your partner say, oh, okay, now I don't fight with the guy. I just explain why I did that, and so on. And that gives some resource and suggestion, auto-suggestion to people about violence, and it will be possible to change our point of view in this symbolic way, and the feedback is in the real way they will change their way of thinking. So just take time to work about spiritual hypnosis. Is very, very interesting. If you have some question, just let me know. And like every day, just take time to observe and test and conclude about what I say, and take what is good for you. Be one.